Hello everybody and welcome back to FX Street. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ethereum and what's happened since our last discussion. But before we actually dive deep into the technicals, I wanted to direct your attention to the FX Street YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the content that we put out and want to stay updated to the hottest trends in the cryptocurrency market, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. You can also follow us on Twitter at FXSCrypto, and you can follow me at Mangeko with a 0 at the end. Right, let's get back to Ethereum. This outlook is pretty much the same. Nothing has changed for it since my discussions over the past few weeks. Let me just briefly sum it up. We have a support cluster here extending from roughly 2.8K to 3K, which includes the supply zone, demand zone present here, and also the 50-day and the 100-day moving average bullish crossover. Right. On top of that, you have the high volume node present here at roughly 3136, which also coincides with the volume point of control. So I think for now that is going to be the immediate resistance level that's going to prevent the price from moving higher. So once Ethereum manages to flip above this level, there's a good chance price could head up to the 200-day moving average at 3489. Right. For now, the upside for Ethereum is capped at the 200-day moving average, which is roughly 35K, 3,500, and the downside is capped at 2,800. So this outlook hasn't changed at all. So let me just I was looking at it from another perspective here, and there is a possibility. So Ethereum price had a swing low here on 18th July at roughly 1700, right, and rallied 185% since here from this point to set another swing high at 4868 for roughly $5,000. So this range is important because since this range, the price has moved below the 50 retracement level, which is the midpoint of this particular range, and it has deviated below the swing low formed on 16 September at roughly 2652. Now this kind of gives me, it kind of reminds me of the triple tap setup. Usually often happens after price forms a range. Price forms a range low and then goes higher, price deviates below that, and then it forms another, this is another retest, and then the price finally goes higher. This is basically how a triple tap setup usually forms. A swing low is formed, deviation below the swing low, and then the retest of the swing low. In Ethereum's case, the same is happening here. This is a swing low forms, deviation below the swing low, and then I'm expecting another retest, right? And this is kind of my outlook right now. And I'm expecting the price to head back down to 2.6K from this particular scenario. But honestly, if you look at this scenario here, the downside is capped at roughly 2820, which and our target here is 2600, which so it is well below the support cluster that I just explained here. So for this triple tap setup to take place, the price has to deviate below this. Price has to deviate below this amazing support cluster that is present here. And honestly, it's not impossible. The only good support levels that are present here is the 50-day and 100-day moving average, and the volume profile shows that there wasn't a lot of volume traded, at least up to 2650. So it kind of makes you think again, and indicates that there could be a drop to 2600, right? I think that would be a really good buy, considering how we've never swept above the range high even once. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Ethereum. To sum it up, the upside is capped at roughly 3,500, and if we're lucky, we could probably get 3,700. The downside for now is capped at 3K, and the lower limit for the downside is 2,800. I don't want to see it go below that. Even if it does, 2,650 is a really good support level, which could trigger a triple tap setup for Ethereum. So if you enjoyed this session, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.